I'm Professor Graham Earle. I'm a Professor of Digital Humanities. I've been teaching in higher education one way or another for about 20 years, but only over the last maybe 5 years have I done quite a lot of teaching that's online, and particularly in a context where I'm not directly interacting with that person, the person that I'm teaching. And it's that process that's made me realise how important understanding issues of inclusion are to my teaching, and also to from the perspective of the person being taught. I've been based in a higher education institution which has lots of mechanisms for supporting students and staff with a wide range of needs and interests. But moving that process online means that some of those support mechanisms aren't present. And so I've become very interested in ways in which technology and the ways in which we design different learning experiences have an impact on how people understand, how people build discussions, how people interact with each other, and what the barriers are as a consequence of those differences, but also what the potentials are as a result of that difference. Sometimes I think that the language and the way in which accessibility is framed might be seen as a kind of a conforming to a deficit model. You know, there is a problem, and that problem needs to be addressed. In the case of my interests, let's deal with that through technology. Whereas I wholeheartedly, from every part of me, is now convinced that exactly the opposite is the case. Clearly, we have to have the legal and ethical frameworks, because for so long we haven't done this, which is, evil in every sense. But doing it is not in order to comply with our legal and ethical obligations. Doing it is an extraordinary creative opportunity, because it has made me think much more about how I communicate, much more about what I think is important, and much more about the role of different voices in my own understanding and in the understanding of all of my students.